Hello, YouTube. SpeakFan757-665-6226. Back with a video for your viewing pleasure. I hope so. This is actually the second time I had to record this. Somehow the file got corrupted. I have I won't call it a mega, but a pretty substantial Blu-ray ad to show you. I mean, ads, plural, to show you. And because I've already unboxed them for the video that I shot prior to this, so they're already open. But I still have footage from actually unwrapping the Blu-rays and the kind of the follow-up at the end. So this is a brand new intro. Not that you'd give a shit, but I'm just saying. Anyway, we've got a pretty big stack of Blu-rays here. The first one is from Kino Lorber Classics, Studio Classics. Actually, the majority of these are Kino Lorber releases, Blu-ray releases. I had a bunch of these on my wish list for some time, and they were kind of languishing there on Amazon. And for just like a couple of days, they went on sale. I just happened to notice, so I was like, okay, time to get them. So, the first one is the Western Man of the West. Gary Cooper right there, looking like a badass. And there's Julie London, looking like a hot ass. We got all kinds of stuff here. This is a film directed by Anthony Mann, who really, I don't think he ever made a bad film. He really didn't. It has a good cast. It has Lee J. Cobb, Jack Lord. Who else does it have? Arthur O'Connell and Jack Lord. I said that already. Anyway, it's a great film. Very critically acclaimed and very enjoyable Western. So, this will be very good to watch in high definition Blu-ray. Number 2 is another Kino Lorber Studio Classics release. This one starring Paul Newman, Joanne Woodward, and Sidney Poitier. Soundtrack by Duke Ellington, with appearances by Louis Armstrong. Pretty hip soundtrack, pretty hip cast, it must be. Paris Blues. High definition. No extras on this disc either. That's okay. Some films maybe you just don't need as many extras as you do others. I mean, it's been nice, but I'm not going to complain too much. This was directed by Martin Ritt, based on the novel by Harold Flender. I'm not familiar with him. That's that. Another Kino Lorber Studio Classics release. This one starring one of my favorite actors, Burt Lancaster, and the lovely Gene Simmons. It is Elmer Gantry. Now, I already had this on DVD, but it was a very old MGM release. I'm not even sure if this was anamorphic, if it was anamorphic or not. So, upgrading it was kind of a no-brainer for me. And this does have a few extras. Not much. A commentary track by Shirley Jones and the original theatrical trailer. It's something, right? This was directed by who? It doesn't even say. Oh, I'm sorry, Richard Brooks. Richard Brooks is the director. Awesome. Now, this one is kind of a guilty pleasure. It is a film directed by Louis Malle, and it stars possibly two of the most beautiful women out of the 60s. Well, I say 60s. This was made in the 60s, 65. Let's just say it starred two very beautiful women who look quite lovely in this movie. This is a movie. I'm not going to say it's a good movie. It's I like it. It's got everything going for it, and but I was first introduced to this years ago. I believe on TCM. Viva Maria. Brigitte Bardot, Jean Moreau, and Louis Malle's Viva Maria, co-starring none other than George Hamilton. Look at those two ladies right there. Yes, and yes. And then you got... Is that supposed to be saying something there? Like, is that supposed to be like a... Never mind. Okay. No extras to speak of on this. But you got all the extras you really need right there. So, that was a kind of a no-brainer for me. This is not a Kino Lorber Classics disc, but a Warner Home Entertainment disc. And what I do is I don't have like an official top 20, top 10 favorite film list. Like I don't have a top 10 or 20 favorite album list. But I got a few that you just kind of know are going to be in there. And this is one of them. I'd put this in my top 20. It is Lee Marvin, Angie Sexy Ass Dickinson. Directed by John Boorman. It is the first adaptation of the Richard Stark novel The Hunter. They changed the name and the character's name. This is Point Blank. I did have this on DVD prior. It was a very good DVD. That's why I didn't buy it right away when it came out this summer. But it was at a good price, and just look at that, man. That's cool, dog. Special features, it has a pretty cool commentary track with Steven Soderbergh and John Boorman. Some vintage promotional stuff, a couple of trailers. Very cool, look at that. Lee Marvin, looking like a badass. John Vernon and Angie Dickinson. Okay, here's a film directed by Robert Altman. It is based on a novel, Thieves Like Us, by Edward Anderson. This was first adapted, the novel was first adapted in the 40s, late 40s, with Farley Granger and Kathy O'Donnell. It was Nicholas Ray's first directorial debut. It was called, what was it called? Shit. What the hell was it called? Oh, Strangers in the Night. I have it on Laserdisc. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, this is the Robert Altman adaptation, Thieves Like Us. Keith Carradine and Shelley Duvall playing the titular characters. Somewhere in Time. No, that was a Christopher Reeve film. I'll think of it eventually. Keith Carradine, Shelley Duvall, John Schuck, a lot of the same people that he usually uses, Robert Altman. And it was written by Carl Willingham, Joan Tewksbury, and Robert Altman. So, that is pretty damn cool. Now, this next movie is one of my... it is my favorite movie. If I had to say, what is your top... If you put a gun to my head and say, what is your top 20? What is your number one favorite film? This will be it. And I don't think it will ever not be it. It could change, but right now, it's been this way for quite a while. Elliot Gould stars. Another film directed by Robert Altman. And this actually was released on Arrow Academy Blu-ray in England last year. I bought that. but I couldn't not have the American release of this film as well. It is The Long Goodbye. And it has been a long time coming on high def, I'll tell you that. I own this film on VHS, I own it on Laserdisc, I own it on DVD, and now I own it twice on Blu-ray. It's amazing what you'll do for a film sometimes. It has a couple different features. These were all ported over from the 2002 DVD release. Rip Van Marlow, it's a little featurette about just the making of the film. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of fluffy, but it's alright. An interview with a cinematographer, a few radio spots, and a theatrical trailer. There you go. The Long Goodbye from 1973. Should have known that. Okay. Right here, this is from the Warner Archive collection. Did get it on Amazon, though. This wasn't released that long ago. This is a Jack Webb film. It is not Dragnet. It is, I believe, one of the first films that he directed. He directed most of the episodes of the original Dragnet. And he wasn't a bad director. He really wasn't. And he had a love for jazz. And he kind of put all that together into this little crime music jazzy film called Pete Kelly's Blues. Janet Leigh, oh yeah. Edmund O'Brien. There's Jack. Don't call me Joe Friday Webb. I don't think he ever said that, but Ella Fitzgerald, oh yeah. And yeah, good stuff. That is, guess who that is, folks? Do you know who that is? Any idea? I forgot her name, actually. It's Peggy Lee. Peggy Lee. Some great jazz performances. And this also has Lee Marvin as well. So, very cool. Now, the last thing I have, this is probably the closest thing that you could say you might find at a Walmart. This is the Planet of the Apes Legacy Collection. Got it? Blu-ray. Now, I have this. I have all of the original Planet of the Apes films in the Caesar Head collection that came out. It's a giant reproduction of Caesar's head. And it was a limited edition. I bought it kind of on a whim, and that includes all the original films, plus the shitty Tim Burton remake, and also all the TV shows. There was a TV series, and the animated series. And I thought about selling it, but I can't do that. I can't do that. I love it. So, anyway, it's a madhouse of sci-fi entertainment. You're damn right. So, those are the ones I purchased. Quite a big haul. And we will next go to the clip where I unwrap everything. And then I'll have some final thoughts. So, check it out. Okay, that was quite an experience. So let's just go through these one by one and look at, and I hate to say this, but some of the disc art on all of these Kino Lorber Blu-rays is pretty, well, let's just say that they didn't really hire anybody to do disc art. Yeah. It's okay. You didn't buy it for the disc art. Okay. So we'll just go through these pretty fast. Paris Blues. Paul Newman looking sexy as hell. Sorry. I can say that. I'm a man, I'm very, very confident. Oh, shit. Elmer Gates. Okay, Viva Maria by Louis Malle. Sorry, folks. Are we beginning to see a little thread kind of going through these? Now we're going to break it up a little bit with Lee Marvin and Point Blank. And this... Actually, no, this doesn't have any more interesting art either. It's, that. I don't make them, I just, Another Kino Lorber. Thieves like, I gotta make this disc. So it... OCD, folks. Oh, fuck. Oh, OCD. I'm not gonna use the F word. Well, actually, I just technically did, but fuck it. Okay, we have Jack Webb as Pete Kelly and Pete Kelly's Blues. Now this does have, it's not very inspired, but it's something. Very cool. And finally, the Planet of the Apes Legacy Collection with all kinds of good stuff. And these are all rated G and PG. I never even looked at what they were rated. So, taking that out. Pretty much the same art back to front. Pretty much. And unfortunately, the art of the disc isn't very inspired, but you know what? It lets me know what I'm watching. I actually own the Caesar Head Planet of the Apes DVD set. And I thought about selling it after I got this, but I'm like, I can't. Because it has not only all the Planet of the Apes films, it also includes that shitty Tim Burton remake. And it has the entire run of the Planet of the Apes TV show and even the animated series. I can't do that. Not in live with myself. And finally, don't you hate these fucking things right here? Don't you hate them? I hate those son of a bitchin' things. I always take them off. I'm not going to do it now because, I think I've wasted too much of your time already. But I do hate those effing things. So, yeah, that was my massive Blu-ray unboxing. It's been a lot of fun. This will be even more fun watching the movies. Anyway, please comment or like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to do that. In the meantime, Speak Fan 757-665-6226, and I will talk to you again. I've got some laser discs coming in probably in the next few days. Here's my phone. What is my... keep 'em flying.